Okay, so on Moodle, you will have seen this image, and you'll notice that it barely fits onto the Moodle page. In fact, you have to scroll left to right to be able to see it. The reason I've uploaded this is because it is a fantastic example of the way field of view works within filmmaking. So what we mean here is about the amount of visual data that we can fit within a single shot and the width of that shot. So this is actually a screen grab from The Assassination of Jesse James, which is a great film. You should all go and watch it. But it was just a great example of what we've got is almost like a juxtaposition between an extremely wide field of view, but also an extremely enclosed environment. Which allows an opportunity to create some very, very interesting compositions. So I thought I'd bring this into the drawing, the software I have available at the moment, and just kind of break down what I mean by that. And I'm going to do some quick draw-overs of it, just so you can see what we're talking about in terms of field of view, and also maybe even sketch out roughly kind of what this room looks like. So this is in a bar. So I've just created a new tab, actually. I think I'm going to do the sketching of this first. That's fine. So if we think about just going back to the earlier kind of principles we were working on with this idea of like aerial views, I'm just going to sketch out roughly what I think this set looks like. I think it's like this. I think it's actually quite a long rectangular space. You've got a pool table here. That's our pool table. You've got the bar runs here and kind of ends. I can see there's a little bit of kind of furnishing there that breaks up the wall, and we've got a door here as well, just the other side of the pool table. There's a door. Then we've got the front entrance is around there. And then we've got, I can see at least four tables. So there's probably another table here, but I can't quite see it in the shot. But there's definitely a table here. There's a table here. There's a table here. And there's one about there as well. Because so this one here is roughly kind of where these guys are, this little group of individuals. So why am I drawing this out? Well, you think about the way that the space is being utilised. It's a fairly cramped set. That's just a solid object. If you were to go in and start placing the characters, I mean, it gets really busy really fast. So you've got our two main characters. Let's do this in bright blue so you can see. So you've got a character here and a character here. We've got another one here. We've got two characters sitting around this table. And then just behind them, we've got at least three characters. We've got a fourth one who's standing by the door. And I've got at least two more here. So this is a really busy set. There's a lot of kind of spatial information going on here. But when we look at the actual shot, if we were to think about the camera placement for this is let's just call it ambitious. Because what we've actually got is we've got a camera placed around here. And that camera is shooting extremely wide. It's actually grabbing, so we can see the walls that line up with the pool table. So I'm going to do the draw over here. We can actually see the wall as it lines up. So there's the pool table. There, that's the lineup of the pool table, and you can actually see that we've got a lineup with the wall here. If I were to just draw in the perspective lines, yeah, so we've actually got a lineup there of that wall, and on the other side as well. Just scrub these out. Yeah, on this side as well, we've got. Let's just get those perspective lines. We can we're actually hitting that wall on this side as well. That's amazing. Like, that's when you think about how much space there is in terms of the shape of the set, the width of the field of view of the camera. It's probably even wider. It's probably closer to like that. Really, really super wide camera, like field of view. Now, why does this matter? Well, it's actually quite an odd thing to do because it's not reflective of the way that humans see. So with the human field of view, if we were to give this an angle, I'm just guessing here, so I'm just going to do some very, very quick and extremely ugly maths. So a right angle is 90 degrees, so this is probably coming in, so if this is 180, going this way, I'm reckoning that that's at around 140 degrees. So that's 135 is going to be there, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm reckoning sort of 120 to 140 degrees. That's an extremely wide angle. So if we just think about kind of the static mathematics of that. So this is 180 degrees, yeah, seeing, you know, side to side. Most people, most humans, in terms of the way our eyes work, our focal range is around 110, roughly 110 to 120. So that's about there. Yeah, 110 to 120 at the most. What I've drawn here, it's a little bit off, is our interest area. So everything in this space here, let's just go in. So this is our area of interest, this green center. So this forward 90 degrees is the things that we're interested in. Everything just outside of that, so this area here, is out of our area of interest. And then pick another color, Dan. And then everything here, and I think it doesn't really go much wider than that. So this is our peripheral vision. Okay. So that's our interest. This is in the sort of outer range of our focus. So we can see it, but maybe not clearly. And then this here is peripheral. Apologies for my awful spelling. Peripheral. So what does that mean? Well, our area of interest is the thing we're accurately focused on at any given moment. That outer range, we can see it, but actually, if you're honest with yourself, if you sit with your head dead straight and you look just outside of that focal 90-degree range, just anything sort of beyond your shoulder width, when you keep your head dead straight, dead forwards, you can see it, but it's not quite in focus. So try and look at things without turning your eye line, because as soon as you move your eyes, you change this forward 90 degrees is your eye movement just here. So as soon as you change it, that will kind of becomes something else. Sorry, I just noticed the screen flipped up there. Yeah, so we can kind of see that outer range, but not clearly. And then our peripheral, you should all know what your peripheral vision is. It's that, you know, the stuff that's right in the outside scope of your field of view. Now, for the most part, we can't actually see in our peripheral view. We can't see it at all. Our brain does some very, very good maths, does some very good kind of calculations of what's roughly there, but we can't actually see it clearly. What we can see in our peripheral view is movement. So shapes and colors are there. Nothing's in focus. We definitely can't read in our peripheral view, but we can see movement. Now let's just take all that information back to this. So what we've got in this wide shot is everything, because it's so wide, everything kind of falls within that interest area, which is really clever. So basically what this means, let me just go for red because I think it will stand out. Actually, I'll do red because it will stand out. It means that the kind of zone lines are that everything here is in our area of interest. So that's all interest. I wonder if you can make that a bit thicker because it's probably not going to show up on your screens. So this is all the stuff that matters. This is our outer range. And then right on that outside edge, so, right here is that peripheral stuff. Now, why are we talking about this? Well, in terms of like shot design, this really matters because what they're saying in this shot is that we want you to focus on loads of things in your area of interest. We want you to focus on lots of information. So it's not just about the two characters. The whole scene is the focal area of interest. And that's a really complex thing to kind of do within a shot. Normally, your area of interest would be something far more specific. It would be, if you think about like just traditional kind of very, very low end shot design. So if I'm just going to quickly sketch out a frame. Let's just go down here. So just a really basic frame. When we think about like, very, very simplistic shot design, we tend to do this. We tend to go, well, what's a mid shot? Well, I just draw a character in like this. There you go. There's your area of interest. So we don't have to. The information we're asking for in that front 90 degrees is super centralized. We're just saying, look, focus on just this thing in the middle. It's just that bit that matters. Whereas what's happening in this focal range, by having a super wide range, we're asking for lots more information. We're asking for all of these objects to be important and to be in our range of interest. So a very, very interesting thing to do. Even if you look at the quick sketches I did for the camera as a person activity, those sketches, if you look at the range, the interest area is still dead center and all the two characters fit within it. And it is just two characters. In the outer range is where you've got like the mountains and stuff. So think about this. When we're designing a shot, think about like the focal point and how much information you are asking your audience to get to fit into their brains, and how much information are you asking them to kind of comprehend and make decisions on, because shots like this are asking a hell of a lot of the audience. They really are. They're saying, look, here's loads and loads of information and I just want you to focus on that one thing. So I've got a task for you with this. This one's going to go live this afternoon because I want you to focus on the camera as a person one first. So yeah, later on this afternoon, there's a task around fitting information into the focal range. So this it's really going to kind of test your ability to fit lots of things into a sort of small space, and also do it the other way around as well. So can you occupy space, efficiently, without having to put lots of objects in it. So simplified space that can still hold the audience's attention. Yeah, but for the moment, just have a think about this. Think about this idea of like how much of our eye we focus on objects, where our area of interest is, where the outer range is, and where our peripheral edge is. And then within the shots you are designing, how much attention are you giving to that? Like, are you actually putting all of the objects in the area of interest? And you're saying, like, just look at this one thing. And what I'll do as well, I might do another quick video that just shows you where the interest area is, where it's asymmetrical. So it's not just about it being in the center of the shot. That area of interest can kind of fall into other areas as well. So I'll get one of those drawn up for you so you can see examples of that. But for now, yeah, if you do nothing else, just go and watch The Assassination of Jesse James, because it's a great film, and it's full of really interesting shots like this one.